Starting with news from Afghanistan, now two explosions followed by a gunfire hit Afghanistan's biggest military hospital in Kabul yesterday. And in the latest, Islamic State affiliate group in Afghanistan has claimed the attack, and the group in a statement said that 40 people were killed in the attack. However, Taliban says that only 5 people have been killed in the attack. The attack also claimed a key Taliban member who has been killed in the attack, Maulvi Hamdullah Mukhlis. He was one of the first to enter into the Kabul presidential palace after the Taliban grabbed power on the 15th of August this year. There is no clarity over his presence inside the hospital, if he was the target of this attack or was he just caught up at the wrong place at the wrong time. The explosions took place at the entrance of the Sardar Muhammad Dad Khan Hospital in central Kabul. The Interior Ministry spokesperson Qari Saeed Koste has confirmed the deployment of security forces in the area. The blasts have targeted the former diplomatic zone in the Wazir Akbar Khan area in central Kabul. Photographs, videos have been shared by residents of Kabul. The visuals show Taliban security forces rushing through traffic after explosions. Gunfire were heard near a Kabul military hospital. Plume of smoke seen rising in a distance. There was no immediate claim of responsibility until now. An eyewitness, while explaining the incident to WION sources, said that the explosion took place right next to the main gate on the inner side of the hospital. A number of Islamic State fighters entered and a gun battle broke out between the attackers and the Taliban forces.
Ya Allah khair, Ya Allah khair, Khudaya raham kun. Khudaya khair. Khudaya chi khair az nasib.
And WION correspondent Anas Malik is currently joining us from Kabul. He is joining us for more live updates on this. Anas, what can you tell us about this?
Well, Haim, as we speak, late last night there was a claim by the ISK, the affiliate of the ISIL in Afghanistan, and they have said that about 5 of their attackers had stormed in the military hospital. They have confirmed what the Taliban were claiming, that one suicide attacker blew himself up at the gate and then 4 attackers rammed into the hospital. That is exactly what the Taliban said. The IS has said that they've killed more than 40 people. The Taliban official statement says that about 7 people were killed, but a senior Taliban security official, on the condition of anonymity, has confirmed to me that about 25 people have been killed. Maulvi Hamdullah Mukhlis, a senior Taliban commander who was considered to be close to the ranks of the Haqqanis, especially to Sirajuddin Haqqani, the interior minister, he has also been killed in this attack. Maulvi Hamdullah Mukhlis was one of the first to enter the Afghan presidential palace on the 15th of August when the Taliban took charge of the country. Him?
Right. Now, Anas, Islamic State's offences against the Taliban have been rising since the takeover in August. What does this mean for the security of the Afghans now?
73 attacks in the past 80 days. It's been roughly 80 days since the Taliban have taken charge, and there have been 73 attacks. The attack spree started almost 10 days after the Taliban took charge of the country, and since then it has been ongoing, with 3 major attacks in the capital city of Kabul. The first being on the 26th of August outside that Kabul airport when the evacuations were ongoing. The second being on the 3rd of October, roughly a month back, when the memorial service for Zabihullah Mujahid's mother were ongoing at the outside the Eidgah Mosque, and the third being yesterday at Sardar Dawood Khan Hospital. IS has done 73 attacks. The bigger problem, or the bigger worry, is that they have dented Taliban's claim, in which they took great pride with regards to security. That has been greatly dented. So Taliban would have to make greater efforts on their part to ensure security, rather than just words, actions that might transpire into actions on ground. They need to be seen, because regardless of how much pride they take, their pride seems to be dented by the IS. Haim?
Right. Now, Anas, a key member of the Taliban has also been killed in the attack. Do you think the Taliban will now vow to strike back? We know in the past that the Taliban have tried to downplay the ISIS threat, and there have always been discrepancies in the reports and the number of people that have died, and we see the same in this case as well. What do you make of this?
Well, what how we have to look at it is that the Taliban are doing two things. One, they are publicly downplaying the threat of the IS, and the second, that they are continuing with their raids against the IS as well. So what we can understand, what we would see is that as what we have seen in the east, that more and more bodies are being found on daily basis of ISIS affiliates or suspected IS suspects. So we can expect another operation to be launched. We understand that about a week back there was a major offensive that was launched against the IS, and despite of that the Taliban the IS continues to attack. So that is alarm bells for the Taliban. And as I said, one thing that they took great pride in was security. That continues to be tainted by the IS. So what we would expect is not revenge per se, but yes, increased operation. The Taliban have been trying to give this semblance of a proper form of government, and they have been publicly claiming that they don't want to take revenge, but would want to maintain law and order situation. So yes, we would be seeing in all likelihood we would be seeing more and more operations and more bodies of suspected IS affiliates being found on the streets of Afghanistan. Haim?
All right, Anas, thank you so much for joining us with all those updates. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.